I'm sitting here today with Jeb Allen, a longtime contractor, developer, builder here in Shasta County, has many, many years of experience. And I'm absolutely thrilled that I get to sit with you today and just talk a little bit about your journey. But, when did you start building homes?
Well, we started building homes, me and my wife, Sue Tai, in 1991. Previous to home building, my career was drag racing, and I won 3 world championships, and I got inducted into the Hall of Fame, International Racing Hall of Fame in 2018. And one reason I think the success of our company is that I've always been able to look at the finish line. Like, how am I going to get to the finish line? So these major projects that we do, like Shastina Ranch, it's 752 lots. That's a pretty big thing to take on.
Oh, yeah.
And it's got, it's a planned development. It's got all sorts of different densities, different size houses. It's got a community park that's built now. And we completed Shasta View from Airport Road to Rancho Road that, just to be able to drive around on a Sunday or sometime or with my in-laws or something, and you see the stoplights and you see the road go through and you think, darn, we did that.
Yes, you did.
That's a real
satisfying thing to see, I would imagine. Yeah, and I totally agree. And it has been interesting to see because over the years, obviously, Shastina Ranch has had different areas and different types of homes that have been in there. But my understanding is that you're going to be taking over in Shastina Ranch in a big way. Can you talk about that a little bit more?
Yeah, we got approached by an out-of-town builder, and, I was 69 years old, and we thought, well, maybe it's time to retire. And that didn't work out real well for them. And we ended up with 200 finished lots. And so we put back on our tennis shoes and, we're going to town. We're going to start, we're slated to start 30 houses right away. We won't build them all at once, but the planning's done. The plans are in the building department. We've already started one house, and we're starting 4 more this coming Monday. And then we're going to build 4 more the next Monday, and we're going to build 4 more the following Monday, or start the construction.
Sure.
So it's about a $6.5 million investment in the Redding community. Part of the reason why we feel so confident in the real estate market as it is today, we're offering a home that's very high quality. We're offering a builder, myself and my little team. We answer the phone. We take care of our problems. Mm-hmm. Everything's not perfect. We'll have some issues and we address them. We always have. When I go out to dinner, I don't want somebody to say, hey, you never finished my house, or you didn't fix that problem. That's not the way we operate.
That's
and
right.
If it's something that slipped through the cracks, we're right there and when we do fix it or do something. But the homes will be unique. Some of them will be in a more affordable range over on the east side of Clover Creek. And the other ones will be real high quality, like our subdivision in Riverstone.
Sure.
It's the best we can do in a semi-custom build.
Sure. What I would hope that some of the people would understand is that when you look at Shastina Ranch, one of the very unique elements to it compared to almost all of the other new developments that you might see in the future is that there is no HOA. Mm-hmm. Can you talk a little bit about how you were able to pull that off?
Money. So the reason we was able to do that is because with that big a development, you can have a LMD, landscape maintenance district, that you pay in your taxes, but it's so minimal, and it's like $40 a year or something in your property taxes. And then we did the park. Mm-hmm. So we put the money out and built a $2 million park, and that didn't convince. That's part of a planned development. It's not something the city of Redding is unique to. It's the way things are done in all communities, and that's how these things get built. We built Shasta View Drive, like I mentioned earlier, from Rancho Road to Airport Road.
That's right.
We completed it, which was a pretty good circulation network for the city for emergency purposes.
Absolutely. No, I totally agree. And I think for a person that's out there now shopping for a home with a budget in mind, obviously the HOA fees factor into their purchasing power. It factors into their monthly expenses. And so being able to offer such a high quality product at a fair price without HOA, I think you're going to find that there's a lot of folks that are going to be very interested in it. The other thing that I like about it too, and you probably already know this, is that the fire insurance in an area like that, without all the slopes and all the other things that other locations have as a challenge, the fire insurance is likely to be lower too compared to some other areas. Would you agree?
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why we sort of pulled out of the west side of Salt Creek, because we kept running into the issues with the fire insurance. And the fire insurance is a big thing. We know a buyer can get insurance. In Shastina Ranch, we're over on the west side. It's a little questionable. Mm-hmm. And you could go into a pre-sale contract that takes, 90 days and things could change and they couldn't get insurance. And that did happen to us in the past.
Yeah.
So,
and that obviously in Shastina Ranch, that's that risk or cost of the fire insurance will be much more mitigated than in other locations. When you think about the homes themselves in Shastina Ranch, I'm interested. And I mean, you've built a lot of these homes, not exactly the same elevation or exactly the same plan, but you've built homes like this where you've already taken the buyer's desires and put them into these floor plans, right? I've seen your plans; they're fantastic. How did you guys come up with those plans?
It's sort of, in the early years, me and my wife used to drive or fly to Las Vegas and look at every house, and for older people, retiree people, families, and we would take this room size and the way it's designed and then add it. Actually, all the floor plans that we have were done by me. I'm a co-author in them, and then we'd have a draftsman clean them up and make sure everything works and everything, or we use an engineer now. But all the designs have been something that I've been passionate about. Yeah. What are the goals that I think, and the reason we're still doing this at the age I am, or I still feel young, but is to create something. I don't think my work's done here on Earth. Yep. I like to establish a community. I like to establish a reputation. And, the most rewarding thing is to see kids playing at the park. What's really unique about Shastina Ranch is you're sort of tucked back away in there. It's not Shasta View drives a very minimal traffic.
Right.
It's not a major thoroughfare. You have the walking trails. You have along the creek, there's like almost a half a mile of paved walking trail on each side of the creek.
That's right.
It's really a lot of amenities.
I'm glad you brought that up, because I don't know if everybody, with the exception of those that already live there, know about the walking trails that have been included and encompassed into that development overall. Because you're walking down these beautiful paved paths along a tree-lined area with a little creek running through it. And I know the people around there are enjoying it. But was that part of your vision for that community?
Yeah, most of the land there was agricultural land, and we, applied for the planned development again to get it into residential. Mm-hmm. And part of that was the walking trails and the tree preservation. And in the homes now, the streets are tree lined with if you go through there in the spring or you go through in the fall, each street is a different combination of trees to give you a different feel.
Feel. It's almost like in different themes in a way too.
Yeah, it is.
So that you don't feel like you're in one subdivision with hundreds and hundreds of homes that are all exactly the same. It doesn't feel like that at all. When you go through Shastina Ranch, you feel like there's themes throughout this community, which makes it really more, I guess, eclectic. It's very cool. It's just a different feel. So, I like that a lot, because when you're selling real estate, the last thing you want to do is see the same house again and again and again and again. And Shastina Ranch is really going to be the opposite of that.
Well, what we've done is, everybody says I change my mind a lot. Well, I adapt to what happened yesterday or what I see coming in the future. And now over there in Shastina Ranch, we're calling it our 2025 build. We have homes that are more of a necessity buy for people. They're over. They're on the east side of the creek, Unit 7. Then over in Unit 8, we have these real high quality, really sort of custom homes that we're doing. And we got like 14 floor plans.
Yes.
Like a major builder from out of town, they have 3. And you can't pick anything. We'll have, for each home, we'll have numerous selections. We'll have different elevations. You could be involved in the outside colors and roofing color and the stone. You could be involved in the interior flooring, tile, light fixtures, door style. It just goes on and on. It's the same matrix, for lack of. I don't even know what matrix means.
Well, no, what you're bringing it up there for sure that I think is very unique again to what you're doing is that a buyer now has the ability to participate in the process, to essentially have a semi-custom home, meaning that yes, we have the floor plan established, obviously, but you get to participate in things like paint, color, flooring, and all the other amenities that go into a home. And then have the cross-check with you as the builder to know for sure, hey, well, make sure you don't look exactly like the house next door. But let's make sure that you have some of those personal touches that you would want to enjoy in your new home. And nobody else over there, by the way, has offered that.
Well, Josh, you might not know it yet, but you're going to be the one extracting the selections from them. We have it set up where we'll take in our model home as soon as it gets built. We'll have a bedroom in there. For better lack of words, I want to call it the home finding center.
Sure.
It's always been my vision. We're going to build it in Unit 8, and it'll address Unit 7. It'll address all 200 lots. We'll have 3 distinct different floor selection processes to where, you don't have to go to the lighting store. You don't have to go. It's all going to be in-house. And they're packages that are put together, but they can also be mixed up with elevations and so forth. So you do have some involvement. You do have pride of ownership, for what I'd like to call it.
It sounds like a lot of fun. I can't wait to be a part of that process with you for sure. And I get to participate with somebody with such great vision like yourself. And just to assist you and come alongside you, just to watch you fulfill that vision, it's going to be a lot of fun to watch. So I have been warned. You better be ready, Josh. Have your shoes tightened up and ready to go because Jeb likes to run. I'm like, I like that. That's my speed. So
we always like a challenge, and we just know it feels right.
Yeah,
I appreciate being able to work with you.
I appreciate being able to work with you too. Yeah, thank you so much.